Lovely day, poker enthusiast. We interrupt the regularly scheduled broadcast for this important message from Sal's room. Rick King has officially, finally, beaten Rosann Power in a hand. It happened August 14th, 2026. Rick, it has been officially noted, it has now been reported, and history can never take this moment away from you. Yeah, I got her entered in the official harbor log. Right here, look. August 14th, 2026, Rick King beat Rosann Power. Never thought I'd live long enough to write that one down. Now, normally, that would be the most unbelievable thing I had to report today. But apparently Sunday said, hold my beer, Phil. Because yesterday was Sunday Funday at Sal's room. Our 2,500 added game, 41 players showed up, 25 rebuys. So the room was busy. And when the room gets busy, Mike Hynes gets busy. Or more accurately, Mike Hynes gets run completely off his ass. Phone calls, texts, messages. Where is everybody? How late can I get in? How many players are there? Can I still rebuy? Is there parking? Can you save me a seat? Mike is basically air traffic control with poker chips. And somewhere in the middle of all that, one player messages him wondering if there's still enough time left to get into the game. Mike tells her yes, and then he gets this reply: never mind, I was in an accident. Now that is a message that'll stop you for a second. Mike immediately asks if she's alright, and obviously his mind starts racing a little bit. Because when somebody is messaging you, then suddenly tells you they were just in an accident, your brain starts trying to put a story together. But we don't know what happened, and I'm certainly not suggesting anybody was doing anything they shouldn't have been doing. Here's where it gets weird. Conversation around the poker table starts drifting toward a Facebook post. There's been an accident in the city. People are talking about it. Mike is listening to all this and slowly starts connecting a couple of the dots. Wait now, could that be the same accident? Yeah, same accident. The player messaging Mike was Karen Grimes. And then they find out the other person involved in the accident was another St. John's poker player, Paul Gardiner. Karen Grimes? Paul Gardiner? Same accident? Jesus Christ, boy. St. John's ain't a city, it's a group chat. That is Newfoundland right there, boy. I mean, what are the fucking odds? 41 poker players sitting in Sal's room. Mike dealing with messages from somebody trying to get there. A completely separate conversation starts at the table about an accident somewhere in the city. And somehow, both people involved are connected to the same little poker community. Sometimes this place feels like an island. Sometimes it feels like one neighborhood. And sometimes it feels like everybody is only 3 people removed from everybody else. Poker has a funny way of showing you that. You can spend years sitting across tables from people, knowing their names, knowing how they play, knowing who never folds, knowing who is absolutely should fold but is obviously not going to. And then something happens away from the cards, and suddenly you realize how interconnected everybody actually is. Karen, Paul, I hope you're both all right today. That's the important part of this story. Because the coincidence is wild, but the people matter more. And speaking of this little community continuing to grow, online last night, Brian Fitzgerald won the Sunday Showdown. And with that, Brian becomes the first confirmed player for our next 550 game coming October 3rd. Congratulations, Brian. First name on the board. Now we find out who's next. And our Club GG group just keeps quietly adding new people too. So if you've been watching this stuff and you've been thinking about playing with us, you can actually get started for nothing. Download the Club GG app. Club GG, it's one word. Make yourself an account. Search for Club ID 637546. Join the club. Then shoot me a DM so I know who you are, and I'll get you some free money to get started. Easy game. Come play a little poker with us. Tonight live at Sal's room, we're back with the big game satellite at 7:30. It's a $65 buy-in with $50 rebuys and a $20 add-on, and one 550 seat guaranteed. So somebody else is getting their name on the board tonight. And online, we start at 2 p.m. with the SummerSlam afternoon free roll. 5 p.m. is the SummerSlam daily free roll. 6 p.m. is our daily turbo. 7 p.m. is the 4 cards Bad Decisions PLO, which may still be the most honest tournament name in poker. The Flop and Pop is at 7:30. 8 p.m. is the nightly shuffle. 8:30 is SummerSlam Step 2. 9 p.m. Phil's Deep Stack Thrills. 9:30 SummerSlam nightly free roll. Lots going on, lots of poker, lots of names, lots of games. But out of everything that happened yesterday, the thing that stuck with me wasn't 41 players. It wasn't 25 rebuys. It wasn't even Rick King achieving the impossible. Sorry, Rick. It was Mike sitting at a poker table getting one message on his phone while a completely different conversation was happening around him, and suddenly realizing, holy shit, they're talking about the exact same thing. That's the stuff you couldn't script if you tried. And maybe that's the part of why I still love doing this. The cards give us a reason to get into the same room, but eventually, the stories become about the people sitting around the table. Sometimes they're funny, sometimes they're ridiculous, sometimes they're a little scary. Sometimes they're just one of those moments where you look around and think, small fucking world. Harbor report for today. Wind, southwest. Sea, choppy. Tide, rising. Mood, what are the fucking odds? Poker, people, stories. Every once in a while, all three show up in the exact same hand. I'm fucking Phil. This is Sal's Scoop. Thanks for watching. See you on the felt, and run good, you legend.